Welcome back, beautiful tri-state area. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. I'm your host, Zen Sands. Up next in our Trailblazer segment, brought to you by Your Home TV and our friends over at Kathy Ireland Worldwide. Today, we're featuring the incredible Allison Ellsworth, co-founder and chief brand officer of Poppi. Now, I know you've heard of them. Poppi is a delicious, better-for-you soda made with clean ingredients. Struggling with a variety of health issues, she created Poppi after discovering the health benefits of apple cider vinegar and experimenting in her kitchen to make it taste great. From the farmer's market to a Shark Tank deal, and now in retailers nationwide, Poppi quickly became one of the fastest growing non alcoholic beverages in the United States. Allison leads the Austin based beverage company's overall brand strategy and innovation and pioneered the brand's cultural cachet and digital first approach, attracting a loyal community of over 400,000 followers and celebrity brand fans, including Noah Beck, Russell Westbrook, and J-Lo. And within 24 months, Poppi was awarded BevNet's Campaign of the Year. It went viral on TikTok with over 1 billion page views and ranked number one on Amazon when you search for quote unquote soda, interestingly enough. She joins me today to chat about the inspiration behind Poppi, the importance of choosing healthier alternatives, and how to stand out in a crowded market. Welcome to the show, Stunner.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Allison, I'm so excited to chat with you.
Let's go.
Congratulations on all your success. You've made quite the name for yourself and your brand. Poppi is everywhere. Now you've co-founded the company with your husband, so let's peel it back a little bit. Your husband, Stefan, right? That's his name? Okay.
Yes.
And the creation of the drink really, to my understanding, started as a solution to a personal health issue, but quickly became just so much more than that, with now several flavors and stocking the shelves of every big distributor. I'm in awe. And I'd love to learn more about your journey, particularly your journey in creating and founding Poppi, and what were some of the biggest challenges you faced, because I know it wasn't easy when starting your company. How did you overcome them?
Yeah. Look, I made this in my kitchen and now we're in every major retailer in the nation. But I think one of the biggest challenges that we had is we launched Poppi in March of 2020, right when COVID hit. But what I love about that is we had to find a different way to talk to our consumer through a digital first approach. So, like the traditional ways of marketing were off the table. So from day one, we had to go online. We had to think differently and throw the playbook that every marketer done it in the past out the window to get Poppi out there.
That's a very unconventional approach, especially when you're starting off in such a volatile time. COVID was not easy for anybody. Nobody knew how people were going to react, let alone what the purchasing power of households was going to be after taking such a huge blow health-wise and economically. But Poppi is known for its unique approach to what I call soda and what the world calls soda, right? But with health benefits other sodas can't offer, which clearly sets it apart from others in that market. And to be clear, a 12-ounce can of Coca Cola is 140 calories with 39 grams of sugar. Now, compare this to Poppi's 12-ounce can of Classic Cola, which stands at 25 calories with just 5 grams of sugar. That's pretty impressive, Allison. And not to mention, I've done my research here. It's infused with apple cider vinegar, prebiotics for your gut, and crafted with clean ingredients. As a mom, this made me so happy. So the choice is a no-brainer, and you've positioned yourself brilliantly in the market. Now, when it comes to developing your flavors, can you walk me through what process and how do you balance your creativity and your health consciousness?
Yeah. So since I started this, because I had some health problems, nothing major, some tummy problems, started drinking apple cider vinegar, didn't like the way that tasted. So I created Poppi. But what was important for me is to create something that was healthy and tasted good. But more important, like I love soda. I grew up drinking soda. We all know, it's not something you really should do. And I don't want to give it to my kids. So I love that we can just have a better option for our kids with this better for you soda. But more importantly, like with pizza, with burgers, like I want fizzy bubbles. And so I don't even tell my kids that it's good for them or that it has all clean ingredients. The can jumps out at them. They see it's 5 grams of sugar. So as a mom, I'm sure you can relate to this. It's like if they don't know, they will drink it nonstop and it tastes amazing.
Without a doubt. You would have fooled me. I did a double take. I actually had to turn the can over not once but twice, thinking, did I see 5 or 15?
Right, and
And
that's the consumer journey that we want. Like, our cans are really bright. We on the front, it says it's time to love soda again, and basically is what that means is, like, love soda at its best. You get all the full flavor without all the baggage, and so that was intentional. We don't wanna be, like, screaming health claims or anything like that. Because 'cause let's be real, people say one thing and do another when it comes to healthy things.
always, I love that you keep, there's integrity behind your company, and I think that that's extremely important. It's the mom promise. Now, I would be remiss to not mention your branding and marketing. We all know the drink market is incredibly crowded, and while your healthy soda option certainly stands out amongst its competitors on a taste and wellness level, you first need people to notice it and want to drink it. And in addition to co-founding the company, you're the chief brand officer. So I know this is your landscape. So how do you approach Poppy's branding and marketing to reach your target audience effectively? And I'd also be curious to hear your thoughts on how you feel social media has changed the marketing landscape.
Yeah, one night back in 2020, I sat down and I told my story and how I started Poppy, and it went absolutely viral. That video has over 103 million views, and to date, Poppy has over 2 billion views on TikTok. But what it did is it really opened our eyes. Look, we were forced to be digital first from day one. It opened our eyes into this new wild, wild west to talk to our consumer on authentic and real level, right? Previous social media was high gloss and everything was perfect, and you kind of didn't let anyone back or behind the scenes. And really, it's allowed us to talk to a consumer. As a mom of 37 years old, I have 3 boys, and we've connected to Gen Z on the platform, which is the next generation of soda drinkers. So we always keep our minds really open, and we lean in, and we are real and authentic. And our community has rewarded us for us. We have a really fierce and amazing community.
We speak the same language, and the ethos and the narrative is very much aligned with the way I like to research brands and choose the brands that I bring into my home, and your brand is one of them. In recent years, companies are placing a stronger emphasis on sustainability. Okay, in fact, according to a recent Deloitte survey of C-level executives about their sustainability priorities, 75% of business leaders said their organizations had already increased their investments towards a sustainable future in the past year, and 84% of chief experience officers agreed or strongly agreed that it was possible to achieve global economic growth while also reaching sustainability goals, which makes sense as sustainability is not only important to businesses, but the consumers themselves. Brain and Company's 2023 survey reported that 50% of consumers rank sustainability as one of their top 4 key purchase criteria when shopping, which was kind of interesting. But looking at Poppy, what role does sustainability in fact play in your company's mission, and what steps are you taking to promote sustainability?
Look, it's always been at the forefront of Poppy. Previous to launching in March of 2020, we were a different brand before that, before getting on Shark Tank, and we were in glass bottles. And through the rebrand and deciding when we were going to launch, a thing that was really important was to switch over to aluminum cans, which is way more sustainable and way easier to recycle. After that, while scaling through the pandemic, we went from sleeved cans to printed cans, which once again makes it even better to be more recyclable. On top of it, what I think a lot of people, beverage is heavy. It's heavy to ship, right? So something that we've really worked really closely with over the last 2 years is really cutting down on freight and where things are going. You don't want to produce something in New York and ship it to LA, right? So we've been really strategic with our manufacturing and our shipping to cut down freight times and emissions and costs that way. But look, it's always at the forefront in a conversation. I think brands and businesses nowadays, if you're not having that conversation, you're not going to be successful and make it, honestly, because your community will see right through that.
Talk about entrepreneurship. You got your hands full, from marketing to shipping costs to logistic costs to manufacturing and warehousing. Girl, what don't you do?
Hey, as a woman, we can do anything. If men
Truly,
do it, we can do it.
truly, truly, truly. I am in awe of everything you do, and I'm actually so proud of women. I'm so proud of you. I don't even know you that well, but I'm just so darn proud.
Thank you.
Now looking back on this journey, what advice do you have for aspiring entrepreneurs trying to break through a crowded market? And we know it's such a crowded market. And but more importantly, not just break through the crowded market, but stay true to their core values and mission.
Yeah, so I think this is my biggest piece of advice that I can give any entrepreneur out there. And even one that's maybe been in business for 20 years, right? You can always take advice at any time. And it's to get online and start telling and building your community now. So start telling your story, get people involved. It's free marketing, it's free consumer research. You can say, hey, what color can should this be? Or what should my logo look like? And you might only get 200 people that respond to you now, but Poppi has over 2 billion. As of today, but community, and in return with community, reach out to other entrepreneurs, you know, give advice, get advice. And I think if you know you're not in it alone, that's half the battle.
Well said. Now, looking forward, how do you see the future of the health and wellness industry evolving? And is there anything especially exciting on the horizon for Poppy that we should keep an eye out for?
So I think in that world, it's expected, right? Nowadays, with creating anything new, it's how do you just do better? Right? Like just a little bit better. You don't have to go to one extreme or the other, but that's how we are at Poppy. It's just better at the end of the day. It's not screaming all these things that it's going to cure all of the, we stay away from all of that stuff. It's just like just be a little bit better. 5 grams of sugar, clean ingredients, and it tastes great. Right. And I think that that's going to continue to see that in the future of all CPG. Just be a little bit better, right? And then I think for the future of Poppy, we're always continuing to innovate and launching new flavors. We're literally launching a brand new flavor, lemon lime, as we speak, and continuing to lean into what are those traditional soda flavors that people grew up with, and we can just give them a little bit better of an option.
I love it. What's your go-to Poppy flavor?
Oh, that's easy. My favorite is our strawberry lemon. It's one of the first flavors I made in the kitchen, and it's probably our number one seller. It's our pink and yellow. It tastes amazing.
That's my favorite.
It's so good. Like I think we have like 12 or 13 flavors, and I do switch it up from time to time, but that's probably about 50% of the time what I grab. It's so good.
Okay, we're on the same page on that one. And lastly, what was the motivation and inspiration behind the name Poppy?
So Poppy is a play off a soda pop, and it's poppy, it's fun, bright, and it just pops off the shelf.
I love it. See, simple, back to basics. I knew there was going to be, just a duh moment in that one.
I love it.
Okay, well, listen, I'd love to have you on a panel of women trailblazers that we're going to be doing this summer, and you'd be perfect for it because you are a brilliant mind, you are a great mom, you're such a role model to so many of us, and you truly are a trailblazer.
You can do it. You can do it with a family. You can have a business. You don't have to pick. You can do it all.
Thank you so much, Allison. It was such a pleasure chatting with you today.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
That was our Trailblazer segment brought to you by Your Home TV. That was Allison Ellsworth, co founder and chief brand officer of Poppi. Definitely be sure to check them out if you have not already. Drinkpoppy.com. And to learn more and shop all their flavors and on the gram and TikTok, you can follow them at Drink Poppy and check Allison out on the gram at Allison Ellsworth. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. We'll be right back after this.